everybody and welcome back to UrbanPointFilms. Welcome back to the TRAINRIDE Series. Today we're at the Isle of Wight and we are going to ride on the Island Line on the new Class 484 units which are running now. We're at Sandown station and we're going to be going all the way out to Ryde Pierhead. We're going to be taking a train that goes across the sea. See you all in the video. The Island Line is a brand of the South Western Railway train operating company which runs the 8.5 mile, 13.7 kilometre Island Line on the Isle of Wight. A standalone franchise from 1996 until 2007, it then became part of the South Western franchise operated by South West Trains until August 2017 and since by South Western Railway. From 1985 to 1990, rail services on the Isle of Wight operated under the brand Ryde Rail. In 1986, Network South East was created, itself part of British Rail, and Ryde Rail was incorporated into it as a sub-brand. The Island Line first came into use in 1989 when Class 483 trains were introduced on the route, and this new brand name and a logo were included on the train's livery. However, this rebranding did not officially occur until 1994, when it had completely replaced all Ryde Rail branding. From 1989 until 1996, Island Line was a sub-brand of Network South East. In 1996, services on the line were privatised as the Island Line franchise, with the winning bid from Stagecoach, legal name Island Line Limited. On commencing operations on the 13th of October 1996, the name Island Line for the passenger service was retained. Island Line was the only passenger franchise that included maintenance of the infrastructure in addition to the running of passenger services. Network Rail and its predecessors have continued to own the infrastructure but lease this out to the operator, who is therefore responsible for everyday maintenance of the track and immediate foundations. While trains have never served Ventnor at any time since the Island Line was brought in, several attempts have been made to encourage the use of the train to reach the former terminus. A dedicated rail link feeder bus was introduced in 2004, operating on a direct route between Shanklin and Ventnor, but this was withdrawn in September 2010 after decisions by the Isle of Wight Council about the funding of the Wight bus. However, connections and through ticketing have since been provided on the regular bus service, which was slightly diverted to serve the main station entrance. These arrangements continue to be advertised in the rail timetable. The Island Line franchise was until February 2007 the smallest train operating company on the national rail network. It was combined with the South West Trains franchise to form the new South Western franchise, in an effort to reduce the number of train operating companies. Although South West Trains operated the line thereafter, the Island Line branding was retained. Island Line trains repainted all their stations in a heritage cream and green colour scheme as part of a general station improvement package. Standard national rail vehicle types cannot be used by Island Line trains due to the low ceiling within Ryde Tunnel, where the trackbed needed to be raised following flooding. Instead, the services are operated using Class 484 units, and they were originally operated using the Class 483 units, which are refurbished ex-London Underground trains. The new ones are the original D stock, which operated on the District Line, and the original trains, the Class 483s, were original London Underground 1938 stock, which originally replaced the older Class 485 and Class 486 units, which dated from 1923 and were introduced to the island in 1967, when the line was electrified. The Class 483 trains entered service on the island in 1989, originally painted in the standard Network South East livery. The new trains, which have been operating for the past week, were brought into service on the 1st of November 2021, and the line had not been in use since the 1st of January 2021, when the line closed for repairs to introduce the new rolling stock. The first Class 484 unit, 484001, arrived on the Isle of Wight on the 19th of November 2020. The old E-stock on the London Underground, converted to the new stock of the Isle of Wight. Fields. Just on the edge of winter here, so we'll take a little bit to look. Across the island. Nice Smallbrook Junction there, which we're not stopping at the minute. So the steam train's coming over there. You can see where the end of the Isle of Wight steam railway there.
The next station is Ryde St Road.
Ryde St John's Road. This is Ryde St John's Road. We're in the hatched area. In a small tunnel. The tunnel.
The next station is
Ryde Esplanade.
Between the train and the platform.
Got the hovercrafts there as well. Look over there. You see all the Wight's hovercrafts. There's the bus station as well. Right next door. Pushing on. Ryde Esplanade. People think there's something weird about filming, but there's not. There. Look at that. Wow. When do you often get a train that goes out to sea? This is what this is worth coming on the Island Line for. To come out to sea. It's incredible. Have you ever seen a train that does this? And there's Ryde over there. Oh, you can drive on here as well. There we go. Can you walk down it? Don't you have to get the train? Yeah, cars at Sandown. Yeah, this is the Island Line, everybody. Oh, there's people walking there. Footpath. People walking and driving. Car very similar to mine.
The next station is Ryde Pierhead.
Ryde Pierhead.
Final stop for this
The Pierhead, everyone. This is the Pierhead. Right at sea. On the train station.
What do we do now?
We get off at Ryde Pierhead and we walk to Ryde.
get off the boat to ride and then get back on the train?
Yeah, at Ryde Esplanade or Ryde St John's Road. That's exactly the plan.
Is that what we're going to do? Is it?
Yeah. Might as well walk down the pier. You're actually on a train station and you can get shots of the trains passing along the pier.
That's what we're here for.
So yes, we are at the pier.
Ryde Pier Head. The final stop for this service.
Final stop for this service. Here we are. Oh, that guy's taking a photo as well. I've got, this is the 484s. So we've got the front of the train here at Ryde Pier Head. Here we are. There it is. Island line. You get a shot from the front of the train. Looking at me. Here it is. 484004.
Would it be easier if I filmed you?
I think you can stand here, can't you? 1248. Portsmouth Harbour on there as well, and the sailings to Portsmouth. Yeah, that's Portsmouth. Okay, what's going on, everybody? We are walking down the pier now. Got the railway behind me. So you used to have the old links here, which where the old tracks used to be, which before the beaching cuts used to lead down to all the. Used to be a lot more platforms here on the Isle of Wight, and they used to go up to Newport and Yarmouth, up to Cowes as well. They used to have a lot more lines on the Isle of Wight. They had the Isle of Wight Central Railway. They had multiple railway companies back in the 19th and early 20th century running across the Isle of Wight. Even after they became British Rail, British Rail had a few lines operating on the island until the beaching cuts, when they were closed down around the 50s and 60s. And I think there was a couple that lasted until the mid-70s on the island. Yeah, we've still got the Isle of Wight was apparently they were the line which connects Ryde Pier Head with Shanklin was lucky to survive. There's a lot of what they deemed as non-essential railways at the time. They said, oh, where there's less population because they wanted to keep the main ones connecting the major cities like Manchester, London, Birmingham, but they were closing the smaller lines. Like they wanted to close the Isle of Wight railways altogether, but they managed to just keep one small section of the line here on the Isle of Wight. But yeah, so it's quite interesting for a railway to be running across an old pier like this. The only other example I know of in the whole country, this is the only one with that I know of with National Rail. It's a National Rail service. The only other one I know of is the one in Southend, which is apparently the longest pier in the world. We will at some point go and visit the one in Southend as well, which is supposed to be introducing new trains on the Southend pier. But this is a prime example of the railway where the line runs all the way up to the end of the pier. On the Isle of Wight where it goes, and you've got stations running well into the island's mainland, and then out onto the pier as well. So yes, we came across on the car ferry out to the Isle of Wight, but we also came here to go on the trains as well. We want to visit a few sites whilst we're on the island, as long as we get the time. And it's been excellent, just a bit of a trip on the train, gets a few more shots on the way back, and we'll see you all in the next video.